Olampali State Historic Park. You are standing on the side of one of the largest known villages of the coast Miwok. Ulampali. Preliminary archaeological investigations indicate about 100 acres have been occupied, still are, occupied for centuries prior to the arrival of Spanish explorers and padres. Well, they kind of got kicked out. As recently as 1850, the shoreline of San Pablo Bay was near where Highway 1 is now located. Highway 101 is now located. This enabled the coast Miwok to live off the bounty of both land and sea. The earliest verified contact between Spaniards and the Ulampali coast Miwok people was in 1814 when the first Ulampalis were baptized at Mission San Francisco de AsI. Thus began a series of changes that transformed the villagers' lives forever as their numbers dwindled and their lands were occupied by people with very different cultures. So, this beautiful area turkey vultures, you got turkeys. We just saw a turkey go up into the bushes earlier. Elk, deer, buzzards. You can see them all. You can see them flying. Not to mention river otters, seals, sea lions, fish, acorns, everything. That's the San Pablo Bay. The cars just to the bottom of the screen is Highway 101. There's a bridge way in the back. I'll cross over that later. But all this was San Pablo Bay. And they're doing a restoration of one of the villages. And I'm gonna go see that. The Miwok village is about a half a mile away. No dogs on trail. Yep, my dogs are in the car. So I'm gonna be going half a mile today. Oh no. Plus the gift shop. And I'll add pics to this video later. Wetlands, and of course they highlight the settlers' stuff. The nice thing about California is there is a lot more indigenous recognitions, First Peoples recognition throughout the area. Sumeg Village, aka used to be Patrick's Point, is now changed. There's Burdell's Gardens. Can't even read it. And I gotta go over there. I took the wrong route. But this is the type of stuff that's really fascinates me. It's really cool. Oh, this is cool. I can't fully read this because of the rain. So, we're here. Ulampali State Park, which is Coast Miwok. Earlier, I was north of Santa Rosa by 30 minutes. I was in Pomo. I was in southern Pomo, Dry Creek. Then you got Wapo to the east. You got Lake Miwok. And over by Sacramento and Davis, you got the Potwin, which is southern Winton. Southern Winton is, if you go all the way up to Redding, which is obviously not on this map, you get the northern Wintu land. You also got the southern Maidu. There's a beautiful grinding stone and whole tribute of the casino out here. You get the Miwok in the East Bay. You get more of the East Bay. So where I'm staying at in San Francisco, this is Ahoney. So there's Costanoan, which is also south. Also the Esalen. And you get further south, the Chumash, going down towards Morrow. Stockton, you got the Yokuts, Northern Valley Yokuts. But we're gonna be here today, the Coast Miwok. Isn't that pretty cool? Here's another thing. If you ever want to go to the missions in California, always pay attention. See this one, during California's mission period, 83 Ulampalis were brought to live and work at the mission to San Francisco that they know of, that they registered. But every mission has hundreds, if not thousands, of people that were enslaved and killed. Then you get into the worst parts of California history. Through missionaries, may have been well intended. The cultural disruption of their activities, coupled with disease, starvation, imprisonment, forced a high mortality rate among the coast Miwok and the end of their unique culture and lifestyle. A lot of people went, it was better to be a Mexican than indigenous. So, there's that too. Can't bring the dogs, only for horses. I hear more turkeys. Humans have occupied this land for 8,000 years. It's believed that by 1100 AD, Ulaanbaatar was a major village and trading center for the coast Miwok. Dr. Robert Thomas is the great-great-grandson of Chief Camilo Ninita, the last chief of the coast Miwoks at Ulaanbaatar. Picture Dr. Robert's descendants, right? His great-granddaughter and great-great-grandchildren. I need to change this glass. So, timeline, 6,000 BC, 6,000 evidence of human activity here. Miwok events. The coast Miwok were the first Native Americans on the west coast to have contact with the Europeans. So also, this area is also known as Sir Francis Drake. You'll have a lot of Sir Francis Drake Boulevard. Always looking for his type of stuff that was out here. So the Miwoks were here, right? 6,000 BC. We go to about 2,500 BC, the Great Pyramids of Egypt. About 400 BC, classical Greece, the Parthenon. Then you get 70 AD, Roman Colosseum. 1500 BC, coast Miwok occupy area. Scoot up to 1300 to 1650, Renaissance. 1492, Columbus arrives in North America, the rapist. Also, 1579, Sir Francis Drake lands on the west Miwok coast, lands on the coast Miwok territory. 1769, first California missions. 1804, Lewis and Clark. 1848, beginning of the California Gold Rush. 1850, California statehood, which caused a lot of genocide. That's when, I mean, this whole area was a lot of genocide, but this is really when the genocide, when California became a statehood. 1861, 1865, the Civil War. Also, during the Civil War, if you look at most of the history of lots of the massacres, that's when a lot of the fake Indian wars were. You got the Long Walk, you got the Trail of Tears, you got Black Bear Massacre, Sand Creek Massacre. So many massacres there's so many out here. 1863, James Black gifts the estate to his daughter, Mary Black Burdell. 1852, Camilo Yanita sells a majority of his land grant to James Black. Wonder why. 1846, Black Bear Revolt, Battle of Ulaanbaatar. 1843, Coast Miwok receives land grant from Wrench. So he got it in 1843 and then ended up selling a majority in 1852. Why do you think that was? And then 1911, stucco mansion built for James Burdell, son of Galen and Mary. 1849, Ulaanbaatar requires the Jesuits as a retreat center. Chosen Family Commune, look that up too. Chosen Family Commune. Mansion destroyed by fire, state park. So a lot of this stuff, there's also a lot of 60s and 70s. 60s and 70s, there was, during the hippies, this was also a commune. So look up the Chosen One, because that has a lot of history out here too, where you got Janis Joplin, you got Hendrix, Grateful Dead, they all came out here as well. So remember, we're not far from San Francisco, we're about an hour from San Francisco, if less. So I'm gonna end this video. I'll add pictures. Oh, there's that turkey. You turkeys. Oh, this is Scott with affectivedog.com, your nomadic dog trainer on Coast Miwok, stolen land. And I'm gonna go check out some more stuff. Have a great day.